come and check out my review of the Daisy Top by SewExplicit Patterns. Hi YouTube, I'm Crystal of Crystalsewsandstuff.com. Welcome back to the channel today, where I share sewing pattern reviews, sewing tips and techniques, and other fun related content. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Daisy Top pattern by SewExplicit Patterns. Now, SewExplicit Patterns is a wonderful new-to-me pattern company created by Nigerian designer Omatoyo. And I'll leave a link in the description box to her blog so you can learn more about her. Now, she sells patterns in her Etsy store as well as on the Makerist, which is where I picked up my pattern. But she sells patterns in both those places, and she has a nice collection of patterns. One of them that I'm planning to sew up pretty soon is the Aria top, and that's a cute knit split sleeve top that I want to sew up pretty soon. And so if you want to check out a review of that pattern, you can go ahead and check out Kira's review of the Aria top, and I'll leave that in the description box so you can check that out as well. So the Daisy Top is a shirt pattern designed for mid to weight woven fabric. So your cottons, your linens, your Ankara prints, all of those would be great for sewing up this pattern. Now, I've hacked mine into a dress, and I'll explain more about that later, but it's originally a shirt pattern, and there aren't a lot of pattern pieces to it. So you have your front bodice piece, you have your upper sleeve piece, you have these beautiful lantern sleeves for the lower sleeve piece, and then you have your back piece as well, and then you have an all-in-one collar, so it's all one piece for the collar. So I really like that. So it's great for a beginner who's never for someone who's never sewn a collar before, because it's only one piece for the collar, and I really like that. It also has nice darting in the front as well as shaping darts in the back. So a lot of nice details, and the hem has a slight curve to it as well. And so I really love this pattern, and it's a really simple pattern. It's not a lot going on with it, you know, so it's not difficult. So it's great for the advanced beginner, and that's how she describes the skill level required to create this pattern. So the things that make it more advanced beginners, because you do have to sew in some buttonholes and on the front, and the buttonhole placket is built in. So all what you do is just fold it in, add some interfacing here, and she gives really good directions on how to do that. And then there's also the dart. So if you've never sewn darts, so that's a more advanced skill. It's not super advanced, but it's probably like level 2, I would say, skill for you to go ahead and sew up some darts. So you have 2 darts in the front, and then your 2 darts in the back. So those are the only things that would make it a bit more difficult, a little bit more than just beginner. But an advanced beginner, or if you've sewn a couple things and you're ready to try darts, you can really go ahead and sew up this pattern. So a little bit more about the pattern. So the collar piece is interface, so she tells you to go ahead and use some shirt weight interfacing. I use my Palmer plush interfacing that I use for just about everything. And then I also added some interfacing here to the lower sleeves, because I wanted my sleeves to pop out a bit. And so I did add just 1 layer of medium weight interfacing to the lower sleeve pieces so that they would pop out a little bit more. And so the pattern changes that I made to this pattern to make it into a dress was I added 4 inches to the sleeves, and then I also added 8 inches to the skirt, just a little bit before you hit the curve. So I did that so that I wouldn't mess up the bottom curve, but I just wanted to add some length to go ahead and make it into a dress. And so the other change I made was the darts. I did shorten the darts because when I did my muslin, they were coming up above my bust line, so I went on ahead and lowered it about 1.5 inches at the top, and then also at the bottom I also decided to go ahead and shorten the dart length on the front bodice pieces as well as on the back, to make them kind of more even for the front and the back. But the back darts I did keep a little bit longer than the front darts, just to give me a little bit more shaping in the back. So this was really easy to sew, so I'm really happy with how this turned out. And I just used some clear buttons that I had in my stash for the buttons. It does require just smaller buttons, so you have to use 1/2 inch or less buttons. So if you wanted to use bigger buttons, I would say you could go ahead and increase the width of the button placket area. So just add another 1/4 inch or so, however long, you know, however wide you need to do to make your buttons match. But I did have these these are 3/8 inch buttons that I had in my stash, so I went on ahead and used those because I'm really getting to sewing up things in my stash, so I'm really happy about that. So the pattern, this pattern is available in sizes 6 to 20, and the bust measurements are for sizes 32 to 46 inches, waist of 26 to 40 inches, and then hips of 35 to 49 inches. And then the finished bust measurements are 35 to 49 inches, a waist of 28 to 42 inches, and then hips of 38 to 52 inches. And I sewed a size 10 at the bust, and then I graded out to a size 12 for the waist and hips according to my measurements. And just for reference, I'm a size 36 bust and 41 hips. So, and I'm 5'1", so that's why 8 inches works for me to make this a dress instead of a top. So, and according to the most recent blog post on SewExplicit patterns, she is planning on expanding her size range from a 46-inch bust up to a 56-inch bust as well pretty soon. So I'm really excited about that, so that her patterns will be available for a wider size range. So I also wanted to let you know that SewExplicit Patterns is offering a coupon code for you all through February 28th, 2021 for participating in the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge. The code is for 30% off from her Etsy shop. So I'll leave a link to her Etsy shop below as well as the code, so you can go ahead and take advantage of this discount during February. So now let me tell you a bit about the fabric. So I use this beautiful orange and pink geometric design created by Natita of SewNaturalDane, and it's one of the new BHM Pattern Designers fabrics that she created for the challenge. So this is a really beautiful geometric print. It has these beautiful swirls in the front, and then it also has like these triangles here, and then it has some kind of like striped triangles right over here. So I love this beautiful print, and I did my best to go ahead and match up the design in the front as well as on the sides here. And so, and I also tried to get it to kind of continue on the sleeves, and I think I did a pretty good job. It's not perfect, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's a very unique print, and it's perfect for spring. So I decided to make this a dress because I had 3 yards of fabric, so I wanted to go ahead and make the most of the fabric. And so I decided that this would be a great dress for a transitional piece to go in the spring. So that's why I decided to make it long sleeves. So, and it's nice and lightweight cotton. So this is a nice shirting weight of fabric. So it's between, say, your quilting cotton and your cotton lawn. So it's a nice kind of mid-weight cotton, and it's not sheer at all, so it's completely opaque, so you won't have to worry about it showing through for anything. And it does hold the fabric really well, the shaping really well from this fabric with the darts and everything. So it really sewed up well, it ironed well. I really enjoyed sewing this up. It washed well, the color stayed true to color. I did use a color catcher because I always do that with colorful fabric. So I did use one of those Shout color catchers when I pre-washed it, because I always pre-wash it. I didn't get a ton of shrinkage or anything, just, you know, your normal amount when you go ahead and wash cotton. And it still came out just as bright and cheery. And so I'll leave a link in the description box so you can go ahead and pick up this fabric. It's a limited time fabric, and it's available through February 28th on the SewNaturalDane website. And I'll leave a link to it, and that's an affiliate link where I make a small commission if you decide to go ahead and pick up this fabric. So this fabric is also available in a knit as well. And then there are 2 other fabrics that you can go ahead and check out that I think you like as well. So anyway, I'll leave a link to that so you can check it out in the description box. And I'll also leave a link to all the other coupon codes for the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge. We have discounts from PDF plotting, several pattern designers. We have discounts from sorority wear. So go ahead and check those out so you don't miss out on any of the discounts. So I'll leave a link to all of the codes so you can check those out so you don't miss out on these sales. All right, so now here are some fun pics and twirls of me wearing this really cute dress. So that's my review of the daisy top hacked into a dress pattern. And if you enjoyed the review, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and also leave a comment in the comment section below so we can keep the conversation going. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification so that you won't miss any future videos. All right, thank you so much for watching. Take care.